Hi Apara, welcome to Influencer Stories Up. It's pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Take me back, like really back. Where did you grow up and was design always something you loved or did it find you later?
Okay, I grew up in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, so I grew up in Nigeria, and design was not always my thing. I discovered design before I got admission into the university. So it was a period of, I don't know if you've heard of COVID. Did you hear of COVID?
It
Okay,
was
so
global
yes, there
pandemic.
was exactly. So like it affected us, and we are at home. I just needed to do something because I was really bored that time. Really bored, and that period was a period of internet giving people joy. Internet giving people like joy, literally. So I was just scrolling, but I just thought I need to learn something. I need to do something. So I came across somewhere that they were like, learn graphics. I think as at then it was just 1,500 naira. So the currency was really small to learn that. So I didn't have it. Unfortunately, I didn't have the money then. I asked my parents for the money. They gave me. I registered, and I was learning day by day, day by day. Before you know it, before the end of the pandemic, I was able to um, I was able to learn something to the point that I started offering classes. Although I was charging 1,000 naira per person, but like I was able to do something with my skill. And mind you, I was not always good with design at that early stage, of course. But I hosted classes. I think about 20 people joined. So the money was like, huge for a startup. And also I did some services of which I collected 1,500 naira, 1,500 naira. I collected 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira, like that. So I would say it was not always my thing, but I had to learn it. It was not always my thing. I had to learn it. Thank you.
I love that. It did not have a name yet. So when did it get a name? When did you go from I just notice things to okay, this is actually what I do?
Okay, so when I started, yes, there was no name to my brand or whatever, but I was just doing it for money as at that time and for fun because I didn't want to be bored. Like I said, I was bored during that period and I didn't want to stay bored. I didn't want to stay idle. I just needed to do something. I just needed my hands on something, right? So that was when I started. But when I thought of it as something was when I saw that it paid me, and I was able to use the money to get my first. Do you know iPhone 7?
Yeah.
So I got an iPhone 7 with from the money I made during that period. So that was when I knew that this could be something much more than um normal.
That's fantastic. Give me a picture. What was the very first time you made something visual for someone, something real for an actual client or business? Do you remember that moment?
Okay, so yes, I can remember, but like I said, the very first time I made something was when I was learning. So honestly, in all honesty, I wasn't good. I wasn't good. But that time, I really felt good about it. I felt that somebody could pay me, and the lady was already using it for her business. She was already like, posting it on her WhatsApp, and everything. It was already functional for her. But I didn't know that that was not even a good visual at all. I didn't know. I just thought actually that was my very best. That was my very best. at that time, a client could appreciate it as well. But I didn't know that it was not good enough. Didn't meet the standard of design and everything because I was just learning. So yes, I felt really good about it. If I must say, I felt really, really good about my first work, my first visual.
That's awesome. Now, the Canvas header title for anyone watching who doesn't know what that means. Explain it because I think people are going to be shocked when they hear this.
So thank you for the question. Ambassador, as it means, is like a Canva ambassador, right? So more like you are just representing Canva in so many ways, in ways that normally you are doing, but this time around there's a title attached to it. So on a normal day, I as a person, I as a designer, I use Canva, and there are lots of people that use this Canva. They create their stuff, their videos, but because I am a graphic designer and I know it very well, I know it in depthly, I know this thing about Canva, I know how to use the tools there, I know how to use everything about Canva. I I was able to apply to be a canvassador, and I was able to pass all the um um like everything that they needed me to pass to be a canvassador. And why that is so is because I've been able to in the past use Canva to make actual designs that speak volume, that is functional, and that is neat. Do you understand? So like the title is just not just it's something very, it's just like an addition, or like an addition to something that I have already been doing. I'm already doing. I use Canva a lot, so it's just like, okay, take, and this is your reward for using it, something like that. It's just the word Canvasador. It's just an ambassador of Canva. But you are an ambassador of Canva because you know how to use it well. You teach it. You don't just use it for using sake. You're a professional. You're a creator using Canva. So that's what it means.
That's massive. So a global company with over 100 million users looks at a designer from Lagos and says she's one of the best. How did it feel when it happened?
I wouldn't say the feeling was normal. Like it was just like, okay, I could get it, because honestly I did not think I would be able to get it. But like I already know that I have attained a certain height to be able to get the title. So I think the feeling was just normal, but I was excited. Yes.
That's so true. Validation that comes with responsibility. Let's talk about the brand strategy side of what you do, because you are not just someone who makes things look pretty. You have positioned yourself as someone who makes brands make money. How did that evaluation happen? Because graphic designer to brand growth strategies, that's a big jump.
Okay, so thank you for the question. Naturally, as a designer, as a graphic designer, we are meant to design for the client, for the customer, for the business owners, not just to not just designs that are beautiful, or not just because of aesthetics. When a client comes to me as a graphic designer, the reason why they come is because I think a good visual will promote my brand faster. I think these great visuals will attract people, and they not just attract them, they would want to buy, right? That is the purpose of good visuals. So I thought it that since graphic design is not just all about fine, it's not just all about aesthetics, it also fosters growth in businesses, it fosters results in businesses. So there is just a very thin line between what I am creating as a graphic designer and the results they are getting. Now, it's not dependent on good visuals, right? So I
Yeah.
can still design. I can still design for them and they don't still get what they're looking for. Doesn't actually mean that my design is bad or the design is not good enough. It simply means that there is something else that they are doing that is affecting their growth. That is why I I transitioned, and I didn't transition that I left graphic design. No, I simply upscaled or upskilled or upgraded to becoming a growth strategist. Why? Because I I feel or I felt that it is not just really about design or aesthetics or it is more than that. And while some businesses really want good visuals, they are lagging in other things, right? So I stepped in as that so that while I help them as a designer, I also help them as a strategist, and we figure out what exactly is wrong. So there might be cases where design will be good, strategy is bad, strategy is bad, design will be good. Do you understand? So that is the correlation between the designer and the strategist. Thank you.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Stop just being pretty and start being powerful. That should be a poster on someone's wall. Let's talk about LinkedIn because you are also known as a LinkedIn profile optimizing expert. LinkedIn is not where most designers hang out. Why LinkedIn you have chosen?
Starting LinkedIn was really not about me trying to I don't know. So it's not about getting a job or about anything. It was literally a decision that I made to show up on socials. So I had just graduated from school and I just told myself that I needed to show up. I wanted to show up. And I've been a graphic designer for some years. And in those years, I've been inconsistent in most of the years, right? And even in the years that I was consistent, I never showed up online. I only got my jobs through WhatsApp, through referrals. So I just thought about it. What if more people sees me? What if more people wants to hear from me? What if I talk to more people that are not my close friends, family members? So that was the reason behind starting my LinkedIn journey. And even when I started, it was really confusing. It was a lot, a lot. I tried so many trials and errors. Do you understand? So that was the reason, actually.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
Okay, so you went from designing for clients to teaching designing to know coaching people on their LinkedIn presence. That's three completely different income streams, right? Was that intentional or did it just kind of happen?
I would not really say three different income skill sides, but like coaching is something as a designer that comes voluntarily, like involuntary, sorry. It just comes. Do you understand? People reaches out to you. I like your work. Can you teach me? I'm really a person that runs away from teaching. I don't like teaching. More so, I don't really have I don't really like teaching, and I feel like I don't I feel like I'm still teaching myself most times, even when I know it more than the person asking, right? So I run away from teaching, but I teach. Currently, teaching for me is based on occasions, it's based on who, it's based on how many people, and if I just feel like or chose to. Do you understand? So that is that's one part of it. When I came to LinkedIn, to be honest, I just wanted to be positioned as a graphic designer. But when I looked at profiles, I saw that profiles were bad. And that's when I started doing LinkedIn profile optimization. But mind you, LinkedIn profile optimization is not just about um, It's not just link profile optimization is not just about the designing of the banner, right? It's not just banner design. It is much more than that, and that's why I researched and I learned the 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 optimization of it. So what I am doing on LinkedIn is much more than designing. It's not just designing banners and feature session and all of that. It is strategy in the sense that I completely transformed a person's profile to make it worthy of clients coming, and not just coming and seeing stuff, coming and actually reaching out and be like, I want you to do this for me. So that's what a profile can do, a strategic profile that is optimized. So those are my areas of design. And outside, while I am still a graphic designer, mind you, I'm still a graphic. I design all things. I'm a general graphic designer. But on LinkedIn, I am being perceived as LinkedIn optimization expert more than as a graphic designer. So I would not say I really chose that, but like, I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that. So outside, I'm also a LinkedIn expert, but I'm also known more as a graphic designer. So I didn't really choose any of that. It just comes. Do you understand? So like, not really a multiple stream of income, but like everything is just together. Do you get? So yeah. Thank you.
All right. I want to go to the real place because this show is called Influencer Stories Hub. We don't do highlight reels only. Every journey has a dark chapter. What was your lowest point? Like, genuinely, when did you almost give up?
Well, um, I feel like for everybody that is in the space now, even you have faces. And when I mean faces, it's not just one time something. It happens. It happens. Even to be honest, last week, it happened to me. I was in this phase of I'm tired because I'm a human being and I have a whole lot going on that is not just social media. I have real life activities that are going on with me, right? So I really I have this point that I wanted or want to give up, right? But I would say that one thing that keeps me going is the fact that I just tell myself that I have started. This is this is something that I have started, right? And I remember back as last 2 years, last 2 years when I have not started anything about showing up online, I there was this particular friend of mine that tells me, Benny, you are here, you are not showing up. People that don't even know the work like you are getting paid. And that's true. So now currently I will tell myself sometimes I will tell myself that why didn't I start then? So anything that will make me to stop is trying to rob me of the the results or the outcome that I am yet to see, right? And consistency is just it, to be honest. And consistency doesn't really means every day. It just means even when you are so tired, you try to show up. So if it's in a case you show up 3 times a day, if you show up once a day, you are still consistent, right? So that is just what keeps every creator, every influencer, every creative on the internet. So yeah.
Was there ever a moment where a client let you down, like you poured your heart into a project and it went badly?
Okay, yes, of course. So I could remember there was this project that I had to do with a client. Um, what happened was that I did not discuss the pricing with the client very well, like um, before the start of the project. I assumed, right? So the payment plan was not discussed properly, and As it is now, I collect 70% upfront. But then I don't collect, I just give and start working and we talk. So I started already, a lot of research, this, that, and then only for me to be done. And I'm like, this is my amount. And like, so sorry. So the person was like, this is too much, can't pay. I said, I thought you knew about this price. Whereas I actually communicated, but I didn't get a feedback on the price. Like, okay, this is good, go ahead, not go ahead. I just went ahead. So that was my fault. And yes, it went badly because the client wanted me to send it like that without the actual payment, and I was not going to let it because it was too much work for such amount. So yeah, I've had such moments before.
That's impressive. Let's talk mindset. You talk a lot about consistency. It's literally in your brand positioning, strategy, and consistency. Why is consistency so hard for the most people, and why do you think you are able to maintain it when others drop off?
I feel like everybody has a why. In most cases, most people should have a why as to why you started. Am I correct? So having a why helps you in tough times. Having a why helps you to push through. So my why is that I literally saw something when I started 2025, early 20. I started my whole journey June 2025, right? So, and I saw early that time, I saw on the internet where a lady said she wants to know what happens when she doesn't stop, because she already knows what will happen if she stops. We already know what happens when you stop. Nothing happens. That's the truth. Nothing happens. If you stop anything you are doing now, it does not make it move forward. It does not push it backward. It is stuck. But once you continue, it's either you are going to fall into a pit hole or you are going to survive. That's just the truth. It's like you going on a journey and you keep going and you keep going. If you stop, you will not see what is in front. If you keep going, it's either you are going on an endless journey, which is usually all 95% impossible, and or there's going to be a door for you to come out from. So I think everybody should has their to have their why. What's your why? I think your why can be, oh, I don't want to be in poverty. I want to see what will happen. Do you understand? So like I think that is what keeps me going. What keeps me going.
All right. For someone watching this right now who is a graphic designer, maybe just starting out, maybe they have been at it for a year or two and they are stuck. What's the most practical advice you can give them? Like, what should they actually do this week?
Okay, so I normally make videos. I'm a video creator for something like this. So I think I've put out in on TikTok or so something like this, but I'm going to answer it since most of them cannot access my TikTok. Um, for a graphic designer that is just starting out, I would I would tell the person to break it down into 4 months. Now, 4 months is a lot, yes, but I'm telling you 4 months because I need you to take it easy on yourself when you are trying to start out, right? Don't be don't be fooled by those people that will tell you kill yourself, do this. Mm-mm. Just little by little. So this is how to break it down. Week one, month one, and month two, use it to practice. And when I mean practice, I mean practice. You are not practice anyhow you are practicing. Go on Pinterest, get inspiration, copy, recreate someone's work, redesign people's work. If you are going to post it, give them credit where necessary. I mean, you should give them credit, but like, you take, inspiration from Pinterest, from social media generally. You see a lot of designs that designers post. You and for that, 1 and month 2, in your first month and second month, when I mean practical learning, I mean practical learning, and I mean in the sense that you are posting as you are designing. You are showing up online. You know what showing up helps you with? Showing up helps you with corrections from top designers, with feedbacks, critics. They tell you, oh, this is not nice, this is nice, add this, try this. Sometimes it can be harsh, it's true, but all what you know is that you are learning, and if you're a serious person to learn, you will learn even before the end of the second month. Why the third month? The third month should be for now. Learning doesn't mean you should not sell, you should not help any brand at all, just for yourself. Remember, I said this span of time I'm giving you is because I need you to be at peace with yourself and don't, you know, work yourself up. But designing can be learned in 2 months, in 3 months, if you are serious about it, right? But now, this is the third month. You are now practical online, and you are helping businesses. You are doing free works. You are doing you are, maybe even if you want to charge, you're charging very small money. You are interning. Take intern roles. Go on LinkedIn, search for intern roles. Go on Twitter, ask, I want to internship roles. Get enough hands on tools. Learn diverse tools. That is third month. Then fourth month, now you now learn the side of communication in design, pricing in design. As a designer, what should I charge? Because before you know it, it will start coming. The jobs will start coming. You learn from the fourth month. You learn communication. I want this, how to communicate to a client. This, how to tell them. This, how to them. This, how to, stuff like that helps. So you literally, on your fourth month, that is when you start. Clients start coming, you start exploring, you're already gaining your ground, but do not be carried away, right? You don't need to be carried away. You need to keep learning. But in this case, you are learning the strategies, you are learning the skills to keep going as a designer. So, and even though you are tired, it's okay to be tired, but you should just be consistent. Like I said earlier, consistency is not every day. Consistency doesn't mean you kill yourself. Consistency means just showing up, but showing up that you are making progress. Oh, hi, LinkedIn people. I've been able to design this today. I was supposed to do this and this today, but I could not. But I did one. This is the progress. Or, oh, hi, I started this. I could not finish, but I feel like I had to show you guys today. That is consistency, if you ask me. And that is you still putting your client, your audience, you are taking them on the journey with you, that this is it. And before you know it, people see the way you are putting them along, and they keep, before you know, they're like, okay, are you done? I have this intern role for you. Are you done? I have this job for you. Can you do this? Let's see if you can do that. So I think, yeah, that's it.
I love that. And what about for brands? Like a small business owner watching this, what's the number one branding mistake you see them making?
Okay. The branding mistakes are not really one, right? I will not say it's one mistake. I would say it is several mistakes they make, but I'm just going to list like two. So, as a business owner, before you start your business, you don't just go about saying, let me start posting, right? I know they say just start, but it doesn't really imply or apply to this case. Do you understand? It's when you are starting as a business owner, it is very wise, especially in this current dispensation. It is very wise to ask questions, ask a lot of questions before you start. Don't start foolishly per se, you know. But first of all, what I'll say, if you're starting as a business owner, register your brand. That's the first thing to do. Let your brand be registered, and don't say no, I just want to start small. Meanwhile, before you start, you're supposed to weigh your kind of audience, weigh the industry, do research. Does this industry will work? Will my kind of audience want to buy? I mean, you should have already known all of those basic things before you start. But then before you start, register your business. Then it's important to get good visuals to enhance your. I see a lot of visuals that draw me close to a brand if I'm scrolling on Instagram, just because of the visuals, while I scroll past because of some visuals too. But then there's one thing, when you are bringing them in, maybe with a good visuals, ensure that you retain them. How do you retain them? By your content, quality content. Now, your visuals don't have anything to do in this role. As I said earlier, if you remember, it's not just only about the visuals now, but like that's like the hook, visual hook. You're bringing them into your space, but like ensure there's something that is there that will allow them to stay. Do you understand? So, as a business owner that is watching this, um, I feel like there are lots of things you need to put in place before you start your business. You need to make research on your business and good visuals, and also register your business, and also just start, right? Yes, start, but be able to keep your audience, coming. So I think that's what I'll tell them.
All right. Now we are entering in rapid fire round. I have to ask you the question. You have to answer me very short. Sarah, what's come to your mind first? Are you ready?
All
Uh,
right.
Canva or Adobe?
Canva.
Okay. Best piece of advice you ever received?
Um. Okay, I've been advised to like keep going, be consistent, be good at your work. That people won't be able to say no.
A color you have not never used in a brand?
I don't think I've not. I think I've used all colors in any, like, for brands. I can't think of any color that I've not used in a brand before. I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm trying to look at my surroundings to know the color that I've not used. So I've used yellow, I've used blue, I've used red, I've used purple, I've used pink, I've used green, I've used brown, I've used gray, I've used ash,
Fine.
I've used a
That's
lot.
that's fine. Last thing you Googled.
I recently searched about my internship. I was looking, yeah, my internship for my profession. Yeah.
That's so nice. Para, before we wrap up, where can people find you online? Where are you most active? Give the people your handles.
I am most active I'm actually active everywhere, but I'll say I am most active on LinkedIn and on X. And you can search for my name, Oparah Undu Chinaza Bernice, on LinkedIn and on X. Also on Instagram, I'm Oparah Undu Chinaza Bernice. On Facebook, I'm Oparah Undu Chinaza Bernice. And on TikTok, Bernice Designs. Yeah, Bernice Designs, because they can't take my full name there. So, but once you have seen me on X and on LinkedIn, you are sure to see me every other place.
Fine, that's fantastic. We are going to share those links in our description. You can follow Oparah through LinkedIn or X. Perfect. And what would you like to say to our influencer stories of viewers? This
For everybody watching, thank you so much for watching, for tuning in, and I think the bone of contention in this whole thing is literally consistency and growth and journey, and it just shows that whatever you are, wherever you are in life or whatever you're doing, you should start. If you plan on starting something, start. If you're a designer, you start. And once you started, you should always remember your why so that you don't stop. So I think it's been amazing, and I'm very sure everyone has learned one or two from this whole thing. So yeah, thank you so much.
Oparah, this conversation has been incredible. Thanks for your time. You share your insight and journey with us.
Thank you.